Hello, I'm Remy Kouakou Kouame from France, a Lindy and jazz dancer, and I'm helping ILHC developing the continental editions and the youth program. To me, ILHC is important because beyond being a competition event with the best dancers, the event is a gatekeeper with the culture. I know that ILHC can be seen as a competition event, if not the biggest or the most important or prestigious or serious competition event in our art form. To me, like, that's not it. I think the competition allows the best artistry to be present. So as an audience, you get to see the best dancer throwing down. So as an audience, if you're not coming to compete, you will still have a blast watching people competing. And there is all of the things around the museum, the panel discussions, the live music, the historical place where it's happening. So there is so much. As a competitor, as a dancer, is great. As a scene leader, to dig deeper into the culture is great. As an audience, even a non-Lindy audience, I think it's worth coming. This event represents the culture. Like, ILHC to me means that you don't just get to fantasize about it, pretending. You're doing it and you're feeling the spirit of it, or the spirit of the elders. I don't know, it's a special feeling. So if I'm really honest, I don't understand how the entire world is not there. Organizing those international editions to make sure that ILHC, we could bring the event to the continent, like to Latin America, to Asia, bringing the culture there, but also having like in mind these qualifiers, divisions where the winners could come to New York to do the world final. I really wanted at that time, my thought was to, like, being the International Lindy Hop Championship, I wanted to have like kind of a yearly program, or like different events all over the world, and then that New York becomes the world final. The team that I'm working with in Europe is like the dream team. Their parties happen in a club, so bringing like finals in a nightclub context, like it was really special. We just came back from Rio for the first Latin America one. It's hard to describe. Like Rio, like to me personally, with all of the things that I do in my life, with my passion, with the dance, the music, like all of my vision came to reality in Rio. So it really felt special. In general, I love performing because putting up something together to perform is my practice in a way. ILHC allowed me to grow as a dancer because every year I had this as a deadline or as an end goal, like, okay, ILHC is coming, what do I have to say? And I did a lot because I felt like I was really hungry about discovering the dance, exploring the dance, and then having something to say with it, and do everything, the strictly, the draw, the jazz, because I really felt like it was a platform where I could express and share with the community what I had to say. I'm the type of person that could create a routine, and I'm sorry for my partner, like 30 minutes before going on stage or 10 minutes before going on stage, asking to change this or this part because I had a better idea. So to me, like that drive, and thinking of it, talking about it now, gives me that drive, that adrenaline that it provides, is the excitement. Because it's the birthplace of the dance, and I think New York City is the bare minimum, I think. Like, it has to be New York. I don't see how it could be somewhere else, and we never know, you never know what the future is like, so maybe we're gonna have to change one day. But I think, to me right now, if we change, it should be for a really, really good or important reason. And so New York is the bare minimum. Harlem is like the common sense to me, like it has to be in Harlem where it started. The dance has separated a lot from its origins, like the modern Lindy Hop scene is really disconnected from the culture. To me, there is a big meaning by bringing the scene, the Lindy up scene worldwide, that is not necessarily connecting to the culture or that looking at the culture from a distance, to just bringing them in to the birthplace of it. Special feeling to walk in the street of Harlem, practicing like like at a corner of a street, and having like people from Harlem coming and checking, asking questions about like, oh, you're doing Lindy Up, oh, I know, like the family lineage, like, I don't know, it just makes sense. Like, so yeah, it's really important we have to fight and push for it to remain there. I think it's important. ILHC allowed me to create collaboration with people, with artists. I started off there with Mo. I did something with Vince, and this piece that I did with Vince was really important because it was meaningful for us in our own relationship, to bring him to ILHC with me and do a routine together. It was important, and I'm glad we did. Every year I ended up going there and be like, I didn't practice, I have nothing to share. So that's the biggest challenge as a dancer, but I think we all have this, like this insecurity. To me, the challenge is the stress, and I think as much as I have the experience and I won awards and stuff, that stress is a challenge because you have to deal with it. And at the same time, if I wouldn't have it, to me, that would mean that I wouldn't care anymore. So I'm okay with it. The first ILHC that I made, actually, that I did, I came there by my own. Like I came there to compete as an anonymous person. I was okay, I wanted to experience it. I've seen it, next. And then Tina asked me to come back. Tina asked me to come back the year after to teach, and I had a blast. And I think if it wasn't for Tina, maybe I wouldn't have come back, you know? And so ILHC means a lot because she made me, or she saw things in me that I didn't really know I had, or I didn't really embrace them fully. And she supported me to come back and do it. And so because of that, I jumped on it, I did it, and I can only look at it and realizing that I developed myself as a dancer mainly throughout this platform. In fact, during the pandemic, I realized that 2014 to 2016 was my most proactive years in creativity and artistry. And ILHC is a good representation of that.